Namaste, namaste, namaste. It is your boy Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Goody Two Shoes, and I'm here as always with Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggy, for Talk Shit or Get Off the Pod. Welcome, you motherfucker, you motherfucker.
God damn it. Apologize for the sound difficulties, the video swap over. Man, I don't know what happened. I don't know, but we got it figured out. So we're here.
Hey, you have an illness not to pause 2 seconds after I say the intro.
I just made a sound. I made a sound, and you can crop it out. I apologize. I made a little sound, and then I waited.
Listen, I'm the talent. I'm not an engineer. I don't know how to do that.
Well, I'm doing all the other stuff. I'm over here in the room that looks like a fucking space module. I don't want to hear it, man.
You know?
But how
that
are
goes
you, man?
that goes into one of our therapy questions, so I'm excited.
How are you? How are you, man?
I'm fantastic. Never been better, as they say. How are you, baby boy?
Living my best life, trying to, been riding my bike. I went and did paintball this weekend and shot a bunch of Gen Zers and Boomers.
Hell
It was like
yeah.
a twofer. I was dropping kids, and then I coached up this one kid. He was kind of cool and dominated. I didn't get shot in the neck, but that was all right. Fucked up this kid in a V-Lone shirt. I was like, why are you wearing that to paintball? So I just lit him up a couple times. So I'm feeling better, man. Oh, dude, you showed up dressed like that. There was these, kid.
But did you light him up in the context of the game?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, within the rules. And I tried to take it
in
easy.
front of his dad? In front of his dad?
No, these were some 17-year-old kids. They showed up in jeans, True Religion jeans, and they were in there in some Jordans. I was like, bro, someone's going to mess you up. But there was this group of kids. They were maybe 13 or 14, and it was a birthday party. And I tried to take it easy on them. I pretty much stayed in the back and tried to. Well, no, man. I mean, I'm not trying to But their dads were all gun ho, and I was lighting those guys up. And there was
no pun intended, gun ho.
Yeah, unlimited ammo or unlimited lives. So they would just touch the wall and come back, and I'd just be do, just right in the beer gut. It was pretty sweet, man. It was a good time. To say the least.
Remember, I was the captain of competitive paintball team.
You're the captain of everything at some point.
I know.
It's
I know.
true.
I know. I always if there was an opportunity to be captain, I ran for school class president, in sixth grade. I got kicked out because I had business cards, and they said there was no advertising allowed.
That's amazing.
I know.
That's amazing.
And that was made up. They just didn't want me to be the student class president.
Yeah, definitely. There's lots of stuff where they would keep you from doing
Miss
things.
Scarborough.
Oh, Miss Scarborough.
Nah, she was my fifth grade teacher, but
I remember Miss Scarborough. No, I had Miss Redpath in sixth grade, and she was
Miss Redpath.
She was the bitch. She was she was the worst. And I won't even lie. I'll admit it. I watched her she made me and probably 15 other boys in sixth grade overtly upset after class. No, chewing us out.
What she do?
She would just say horrible shit. I mean, I'm not
like
trying
what?
to call her out.
Touch me here.
No, definitely not. Although I do remember in sixth grade, someone got a note stolen, or we were passing notes in class, and she took them up, and I picked the lock on her desk and got the note back, so no one got in trouble.
You want to hear?
No cap.
Very
awesome.
Very similar, but even cooler, in my opinion. I went to driver's ed when I was 15. Before you threw me the golden bottle.
Can we finish? We never got to finish that story.
And these two girls table. They were in my driver's ed class, and they were passing a note about. I didn't know what it was about at the time, and I slammed my hand down and grabbed the note, and then the instructor was like, "What's going on? Pass that note up here." And she reads it, and it was talking about how they were thought I was cute, and I was laughing as she read it, and she's like, "Oh," she kicked both the girls out of the class, and then she goes, "Oh, if you think that's funny, you can get up and leave too." So I got up and left.
And then you were hanging out in the hallway with the two girls that thought you were cute.
Yeah.
Game over, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad had to come pick me up, and then I eventually had to take it at the school, and I got stories about that too, but let's just move on.
Oh, yeah, no, man. I spent all of sixth grade in the office. All of sixth grade, I spent it literally straight up in the fucking office 24/7, in trouble for some sort of bullshit. And I was always having people lie and cover for me and say that they were a witness, that like I didn't do what I was accused of doing. So it was.
Well, did you do it?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
like
saying,
Sticky used to do it. Oh yeah, but I'd be like, Sticky, bro, like you gotta cover for me, dude. Like the bus driver is saying I like gave a bunch of kids the finger and told them to go fuck themselves out the window. I need you to say that you were sitting next to me and it didn't happen. And Sticky'd be like, all right. Who do it so much, like all the time. That was all of sixth grade. You know, I would just be walking down the hallway to the office every day. I'd be like, hey, what's up?
I mean, that's what happens though. Like when you block somebody from me from running for student class president, I'm gonna start the order, and I'm gonna start a smear campaign.
The order,
the misinformation campaign. You know, like senior year of high school. Sorry.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, no, that's fair.
You guys, you know, you reap what you sow.
It started with them not letting you run for class president, and then, you know, it was the Fellowship of Agnostic Teens, and then it was the Nasty Patrol. You were a revolutionary organizer, I guess.
What do you mean was? I still am.
Well, I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just, you know, it's just, you know.
This is we're the byproduct of them denying me student class president. at least let the voters, you know.
Yeah, let the voters decide. What was your platform? What were you running on? Remind me.
Ooh, I forget.
Sixth grade. It can't be that, you know.
No, I had a 3-point platform.
Probably like less homework, more recess. Because that was the last year we got recess, bro.
No, I was like, yo, dummies, get your ass in goddamn study session. I'm done with these stupid kids. And if you're not in the study session, I'll take you to detention. I was a hardcore. I was like the. I don't know. I was gonna say some dictator, and I was like, I don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to say that. Any of those.
I mean, dude, sixth grade was wild because that was the end of having recess. That was the last year we had recess. That was the peak of the N64 and like the rock and stuff. So I remember like kids getting like rock bottomed and fucking like pile drived out, and like the football games were.
I was getting crime. I was getting crime out of sixth grade.
Yeah, like in the football games were wild as shit on the other, because we would go around the side of the school. There was that big front part, and we would go around to the side where like the little like temporary classrooms were, and where those parking lot was, and shit would go down over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit would go down. I remember, wild shit.
And there was females involved, like not in a weird way, like they're like stomping on fools.
Well,
like,
and that's what it was.
Nobody
like,
gave a shit.
Like we're having dances, and you know, like shit was like starting to go down. It was like a thing. So I remember, this is my last story. We were playing like wall ball or something, and there were those picnic tables.
What's wall ball?
Where you like, you know, you have a tennis ball and you throw it against the wall. You have to like catch it if someone gets it. Basically, you're trying to throw it and bounce it off the wall and keep the ball going. If you catch you get to throw the ball.
It's like handball.
Yeah, kind of like handball. Yeah, kind of like handball. And they were sitting next. All these girls were like the squad was sitting over on these like
the squad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I listed them off to you, you'd be like, yeah, that was like the squad. They were over. I mean, like to this day, they're still kind of the squad.
Miss Avery.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like it was like the gang. They were all hanging out and like watching the dudes play like wall ball, I guess. And there was like wall block where you try to stop them from, you know, throwing and hitting the wall, and you could say like no steps. So the ball bounced off the grass and was like in where like the bus lane was, and I picked it up and they were like wall block, no steps. So I had to like chuck the ball. It couldn't skip. I had to hit the wall from way far away, and I rocketed the ball as hard as I could. And man, I shit you not, I pegged one of the girls that was sitting on the picnic tables, like dead square between the eyes, man. I felt so bad, and she fell backwards, like off of the picnic table, like fell backwards and like rolled, like tumbled, like tumbled, like she was like one of those
like that guy you threw the firework. Like you threw the fireworks.
No, but it was way more dramatic because it was like she like went like
she actually hit her.
Yeah, like I like beamed her like right in between the eyes, like just boom. It was like no arc. It was just a rope, and it was a racquetball, so it wasn't a tennis ball. So it had give. It like shot off of her, but
Jesus Christ.
But she fell backwards, and it was like the worst because everyone. So there's like 20 of us playing wall ball. There's like 15 girls standing over in the corner. Everyone's just staring at me. I'm like, oh my god. gets up crying, runs off into the bathroom.
Get your ass to the office.
Miss Redpath's like, what?
Call Ross.
Miss Redpath's like, what'd you do, Huggins? I'm like, oh fuck, here we fucking go. It's like I have like 45 more minutes, and then like school's out, and I'm already in fucking trouble. Gee, I'm like in trouble again. Shit. Yeah, sorry. That
slipping, bro.
Dude, I swear it was like some Jam Brady shit. Like I'm lucky she didn't like bust her nose or something.
Meanwhile, I got like a political action committee like arguing with like
I'm
the
out
vice
there,
principal.
I'm out there beating white girls with racquetballs.
And I'm like, this beating of white girls must stop.
Yeah, it must stop today.
Today.
Yeah.
Now. And now I'm not trying to put down my opponents.
Yeah.
I'm going to work with them to stop beating these good women or girls.
Yeah, it would be. Is a wall block ethical? Of course it is, but no steps. Now that's just too extreme. Somebody could get hurt.
Why is it a racquetball?
True, that was wild. It was a racquetball. I remember that vividly. Fucking racquetball.
In my tenure, I will put an end to these racquetballs. I'm getting sponsored by like Wilson or like Franklin for tennis balls.
Yeah, I guess it would be like Penn. Is that? Don't they make tennis balls?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's the three. That's the three.
Yeah, that's it. That'd be a cool market to crack.
It'd be hard. I think it's hard.
Yeah, probably.
Like, yeah, on purpose. But also, like, it's rubber. Like, I think that there's a lot of, like, they diversify. Like, they make, like, tires. They make, like... like, pens.
Tennis,
like,
rackets.
Lighters.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Yeah. There's a huge... It's like a...
Conglomerate. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Jinx, you owe me $1,000.
You owe me a Diet Coke. All right. Should we go therapy questions?
Yeah, let's therapy
Episode 37. What are you calling it, Joseph? I might change the title, but let's hear it.
Well, right now I have it as Interstellar or Deep Blue Sea.
Ooh. Not spoiler, teaser alert. All right. Therapy question number 1. Joseph, you want to start them off? You want to serve me up like your CP3?
I'll ask you one. No, don't say like CP3.
Like your Rhonda? Like your Rhonda?
That's a little bit better. Rondo's got 2 rings.
And I'll be Ray Allen.
Which version? Not Heat Ray Allen. Fuck Heat Ray Allen.
Well, that's coming.
Ugh. Hey man, the Celtics won today. Good game. Dude, these playoffs are wild. It's like 2-2, 2-2.
Sixers got the 2-2.
Yeah, aren't they all 2-2 right now?
Well, the Warriors are playing right now.
Oh yeah, true. Hopefully, I think they're gonna smoke them. All right. Well, so therapy question number 1, Mr. Goody Two Shoes. How do you, sir, try to stay on top of your mental health? Kind of a carry on of the end of the last episode. What steps do you take, sir?
I eat vagina.
Okay.
No. I think the OG listeners know this. Like, I meditate every day, multiple times a day, and I stay in the present, and which is like a practice you have to do. It sounds vague and odd, like when you first hear that, but like when you actually put it into motion, it's really, really helpful for me.
Okay, that's nice. I mean, so you said you meditate. Like, how many times would you say? Like once in the morning, or like?
Well, no, I don't like to put limits on it, at all. Like, I don't like to put any expectations or limits, because then you're just like in another problem. Like, you're like creating a problem like that you didn't need to have. Yeah. It's like to me, it's just, when in doubt, meditate. But I try to make sure I do it at least once a day, but usually twice. And sometimes it's as little as I've got a 3-minute meditation, I got a 5-minute meditation, and then I've meditated up to like over an hour before, like at one time. It's just like you don't. Yeah, the whole reason why you're meditating is to alleviate the pressure.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put pressure on yourself. Like, to meditate, because then you're like stressed out, like about something else, so fuck that shit. But I also like mini meditations. Like, I talked about it before. You go in like to an elevator and you push the button and you're just waiting. It's like, no, I don't wait for anything anymore. I haven't waited for anything in 2 years. It's like I push that button and now I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, checking in with my body, see how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on outside. Like, I don't wait. Like, that concept is dead to me.
You don't wait, except for my Uber Eats.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Touche. Yeah, that's interesting. What made you how did you get into meditating? Because I don't think, I
Uh,
mean, I've heard you talk about it before, but I didn't know you did it that frequently. I thought you did it like once a day. So this is the first I've heard of your mini meditations and
yeah,
stuff.
many meditations is the key. Like if you're just doing it like multiple times a day for like 30, 45 seconds, but you're doing it like 10 times a day, like then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Like I got into it it's almost 2 years ago at this point. Maybe yeah, about like a year and 10 months ago. I just got into like really intensive therapy, met some like spiritual counselors, some real Buddhist type shit, and they just sold me on it, dude. Like, and I was in a vulnerable spot, and I was like willing to hear it, and I just got really good advice, and I like literally was just chilling out like in Zen gardens for like 8 hours a day for fucking weeks, like just meditating my ass off.
Damn, that sounds tight.
It was tight.
Yeah, see, I've never, I guess for me, like cycling is kind of like a form of meditation, although I am listening to music. It's so like cathartic for me, I guess. I don't know, like I'm in a completely different world. I'm in like this little bubble when it's like I don't answer my phone, I mute everything, I turn everything off, and if I'm riding for like 2 hours, I'm just cycling and it's super fucking hot because it's Texas, and I just am, like pushing myself and zoning out. And so, like I have to focus on only that, and it's kind of allows me to disconnect. I've never really meditated before. But definitely cycling for me. This, honestly, doing this podcast is good for me. It allows me to get some creativity out, lets me do stuff, do something constructive that I enjoy doing. So I'm a big workaholic. I mean, you know that, but like I work constantly. I have like I just can't help myself. It's like a switch. So I have to make sure I'm taking the steps to where I'm like balancing that out. Because if I don't, I can get lost in the process of work and completely lose my like drive to want to make sure I'm alleviating those things. So the past couple weeks I've been riding a lot, which has been great. The weather's been nice. Got my bike all fixed up, which has been good to just like disappear, which has been really, really nice.
Yeah, and it's like kind of the throwback like to like when we were kids riding bikes. Like we didn't have cell phones. Parents would just like get back before dark, and you're just like out in the wild. But then also we talked about it before as well, like early in the podcast about how running is kind of like meditation. So I would imagine like cycling is as well. Like you're just you have like one focus, and that's really what it is like meditation is just like you focus on one thing and you just get out of your head, and so it is like that is a
Oh
meditation
yeah,
for
and
sure.
if you saw me, like I'm jamming out, like I'm having, depending
Yeah.
on what music, like it's just so great. It's just like being completely separated, and living in Austin for as long as I did, that's when I really got into riding my bike, because I didn't have a car, my life was all fucking crazy, so I was like riding my bike to and from work. I would go ride, just be bartending at the club and close it, and be riding my bike home in Austin at like 3:30 in the morning. In hindsight, horrible idea. So many people have been hit doing that. So I'm like lucky as shit. But that's how I got around. So I've always tried to make a conscious effort. And then I did the same in Denver for a long time because you can get anywhere. I live close to downtown. It was super easy. It's good exercise. And then I got my car, and then I'm driving so much farther for work now that I've been bad about it. But being back in this area, I'll ride all the way from essentially just outside of like Grapevine Mills all the way like past the senior high. I can go for forever because it's different, and this area's got huge sidewalks. It's so nice, but it's super trippy. It's super trippy if I cycle this way rather than like around the lake and over to the dam. It's really weird to ride like deep into the heart of like South Lake and through like old neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Deep in the heart of South Lake.
It's super trippy, man. It's like, like my dreams I would have when I'd be all high or something, and it'd be like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
It'd be
no,
like, and
no,
now I'm
no.
like riding my bike.
You're gonna be like on a 4-part documentary on Netflix if you continue doing that, and not a good one.
That sounds awful. But true, and that's when I saw the sign that was like, "Are you prepared? Do you have your battle pack?" I was like, "What? For what?" There was there was nothing on it. It just had a South Lake emblem. I was like, I'm so confused.
But hey, you got that crystal meth.
Well, I mean, that's old South Lake. Come on, man. That's like two-way South Lake.
I think it's I don't know. Okay, well, y'all take our mental health or devices or advice. Um, Therapy question number 2. You want to serve it up?
Yeah, man. So, are you more afraid of space or are you more afraid of the deep oceans?
Um, all right. I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay, here we go.
No, just seriously, like except for like when I get like down on myself, like in my own head or something, like that's when I like feel shitty. But like other than that, like I've done seen everything besides Jesus Christ, anyways, Joseph. You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do to me? But I love the I love the ocean, and but I also heard somebody say that we know more. I think I mentioned this before on the pod that we know more about outer space than we know
Yeah.
about our own like ocean. So
Yeah.
that's trippy. And giant squid scared the shit out of me.
The real.
Yeah, and they're aliens. I don't know what else you
All
need for
that
an
shit that
alien.
lives at the bottom of the ocean is a fucking alien. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
like
me?
what else do you need? What else do you need? Like it's just like a massive building-sized squid, like
Yeah,
tentacles and like
things in
fangs.
context, into
Like
like context
Jesus.
to us when they're like, oh, they found this massive octopus and it was like 30 feet tall. I'm like, Jesus Christ,
And
that's
and like
horrifying.
1,000 years old.
Yeah. Oh, and they don't know. Like, there's no way to know how old it is. Or you're like, what? No. And then there was
I was like, yo, calamari, what's going on?
like recently they were talking about like giant squids and they were like, oh, do these things exist? They should, or there's all these stories about krakens, and then they were just like chilling out near the Arctic Circle and some big massive fuck off squid just like comes cruising by. Like space is trippy and planets are trippy, so like the movie Europa Report where they go to the moon Europa and they like drill into the ice and there's some octopus alien thing. Sorry,
The moon
spoiler.
Europa is the moon of what? Jupiter. Saturn?
Yeah, I think it's Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yeah, and it's got got a big sheet of ice around it, but then it's got like some sort of liquid oceans underneath like large sheets of frozen ice. So so the movie
it's
is
like the North Pole.
Yeah, so the movie they go there and they drill into the ice and are like doing tests and shit, and then there's like all sorts of crazy shit. It's cool. It's a good movie.
But this is the difference. It's like the movie Scream. The call is coming from inside the house. Giant squid are already here.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
They're coming from inside the earth, homie.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
No, that's like I'm
however, I'm not again. I'm not scared of either. I'm excited.
I don't
about
know,
this.
man. The ocean trips me the fuck out. I like the ocean, but I have a respect for the ocean that I feel like they're like, oh, we're gonna go to Europa. It's gonna be wild, but like there's pictures of it. I know like what the surface kind of looks like. I can see.
What
the
are you
colors
what are you
of it.
scared? What are you scared of? Like the animals or
Well, no, just I mean the idea.
or just like the power of the ocean?
Well, I respect the power of the ocean for sure.
Like
It's
the
just-
like waves and shit. But
Well, yeah, I mean, no, I mean, yeah, I've been like sucked out before and like all sorts of crazy shit wherever it's like.
oh, you, Joseph? I thought you were a great swimmer.
I actually was. I was on the Southridge Lake swim team. Thank you very much.
I know.
And I didn't
know.
need a paddleboard, dick. I was legit, dude.
Who said anything about a paddleboard?
Yeah, well, a lot of busters use paddleboards because they couldn't swim. But your
Dude, we're
boy
getting-
was holding it down.
We're getting the 10-minute limit mark on Zoom.
Really? Why have they been cutting it down so short?
I don't know, but just be prepared.
That's crazy. All right.
I hit upgrade.
Yeah, man. Like I'll pay for Zoom Plus. Or,
Me too. I
like,
will
what
too.
the
I just
fuck?
didn't know I had to.
Like what? They never did this before.
Oh my god. They're like literally putting me into a shopping cart right now.
Really?
So yeah, which I mean I would I'd like I don't want to do it under distress.
Well, I mean, just do it, and I'll Venmo you some money. Just do it.
Just like live.
Yeah, why not? We're live right now. We can keep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Fuck.
live it up. I thought you weren't afraid of anything.
I'm not afraid.
You sound pretty scared right now, man.
Shit. I don't even know where it went.
No, but the ocean's trippy. Large things in the ocean freak me out in the sense that like sharks are tripped out. Everything's just so big that we have like no frame of reference to how big this shit is. Like I don't. I've never seen, but you
What,
see these
the
big
ocean?
ass. Yeah, you just see these big ass great white shark videos or irukandji jellyfish that are like the size of your thumbnail and are like one of the most poisonous things in the world. They get through jellyfish nets. Like
Well,
no.
Brady Bitch was just in San Jose, Mexico,
Yeah.
and I guess they have sea urchins everywhere where
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
sure.
surfing, and he didn't know.
He
And he
stepped
was
on
saying,
one.
no, he was saying that had he known, he would have been a lot more freaked out because he was like just like going after it, getting like tasty barrels. Um,
Tasty barrels, bruh.
I had to like, I had to launder money to the guy in Mexico who took pictures of him surfing because his PayPal's on froze. $83, bro. Um,
That's crazy.
I hit upgrade on the Zoom and it said that it had upgraded, but I didn't tell them anything about my money, so we'll see.
Okay, we'll see. That's funny. No, but like space is pretty trippy, but we can see things from so far away that we don't like they said we know like 30 to 40% of what like lives in our ocean. We've discovered like less than half. And every once in a while some prehistoric fucked up creature comes out of some like sea vent and they're like, this has been extinct for 100 million years. You're like, good lord. And then it like swims up to the surface and dies and it looks horrific. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's this shit coming from? Nah, man. The deep ocean, not like surfing and stuff, like the deep sea freaks me the fuck out. Like, freaks me out. Like, if I was gonna
So
go,
like, so you wouldn't be like James Cameron and get in like one of those like submarines that goes to like the fucking, like he took it all the way to like the allegedly deepest part of the ocean. I doubt it.
Marianas Trench.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Probably not, man.
I'm just claustrophobic.
Freak me out. Submarines are fucking weird as shit.
Yeah, I would never get on a fucking submarine. Are you kidding me? Like how many dicks do I have to suck when I'm on that submarine? You never told me.
Good lord, probably a couple, man.
At least.
But,
I'm in the Navy.
Get out of here. That's true. We support our troops and our naval people who serve in the Navy.
I'm a Marine, homie. I'm a Marine.
But yeah, I'm not fucking around with no subs. I'm not getting in a cage.
Maybe like a sub sandwich.
Yeah, a sub sandwich, cold cut trio. Let's go.
Or a hoagie, you know what I'm saying, from the East Coast.
Gabagool.
A hero.
Or a euro.
No, a euro's different than a
Well,
hero.
I know. I just want a euro. You said
Okay,
euro.
well, get that shit out of here. Punt that shit. Oh, shout out India.
No, they're delicious, man. They're bomb.
It's supposed to be Mediterranean, but I also thought it was Indian. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right, I'm trying to get this
Greek.
queued up so that we can discuss. Because you don't really know anything about this, so I'm trying to educate you on it.
Oh, you hear that, audience?
So this isn't really a therapy question. This is just something that's happened over the weekend.
So it's our first topic.
Yeah.
Our first topic.
It's like our first topic. We're going to touch on a couple.
Coming at the Irish. Coming at the Irish. Okay, go for it.
But I don't know if any of y'all keep up with anything, but there's been a big blow up on Twitter, in the Twitter sphere, between Meghan McCain, everyone's favorite princess from Arizona who's annoying as fuck, and then Steve Schmidt. Steve Schmidt, who used to be the head of her dad's campaign whenever he ran.
Campaign manager.
Yeah, campaign manager. Whenever John McCain was running in 2008 against Barack Obama. And essentially, it all starts with Meghan McCain. She has this new book coming out. She had this new book come out. It's called Bad Republican. It's supposedly a really shitty book. No one's really digging it. No one's liking it.
What is going on with Steve Schmidt? I just pulled up his Twitter. I haven't been on Twitter in like 10 years. Like I'm surprised they even let me like read this.
Oh, really? So you're on there now?
I'm looking at it. This dude's like tweeted like 15 times in the last hour.
All right, I'm gonna see if it's gonna let me swap it over.
But I don't think it has anything to do with what you were talking about. Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's so much. It's like intense. It's insane. So I'm gonna bring it up on the screen because we've got the setup.
Okay,
So you're a
so
little bit.
for the audience, this guy I respect the shit out of. Like, this is like what I want to do in politics is like run somebody's presidential campaign behind the scenes. And this guy did it for McCain, lost to Obama. However, then realized like, yeah, the Sarah Palin was his dumbass, and we were stupid. And then he spent all of his time in the last like 4 years uh, putting together the Lincoln Project to defeat Donald Trump because he realized that is like the biggest threat to our democracy.
Yeah, yeah. He was interviewed where he was talking about how Donald Trump shouldn't even be allowed to say John McCain's name.
That's right.
Yeah, because
Keep his fucking name out of your mouth, or I'll Will
keep
Smith slap
John
you.
McCain's name
Out your fucking
mouth. But so Megan McCain sucks.
I like people go to war and don't get captured.
Yeah. Well, she had another book come out. I can't stand Megan McCain. I would watch videos of her getting like.
Would you hook up with her?
Absolutely not.
I would. And I've said this for about 13 years now.
But so basically, she had this book that came out and it only sold like 200 and it sold less than 300 copies.
How's that even possible? She's on the fucking View. She can't give out like 300 copies that she bought to like the crowd. Like, what is going on?
I don't know. So I mean, well, she said that it came out exclusively on Audible first, and that there's over 1,000 reviews. Now I've looked at some of the reviews; they're not really really that.
There's over 1,000 reviews, but only 300 people bought the book.
Well, only 300 people bought the book, but then there's a lot of people who have like been reading it, and there's excerpts from this book, and it's pretty bad. Like she sounds like really whiny and complaining, not to be like a dick, but she really does.
About what?
About everything. So she talks about how. So let me finish this. So it comes out that she only sold 244 copies of this book, and then she's saying like, "Hey, fuck you! I sold way more than that on Audible because Audible had the exclusive rights to it. How dare you?" It has 1,019 reviews with 4.5 stars. It only sold 244 of the book, but they're saying, oh, it's only because people don't listen to it. But if you go read the reviews, they're really, really bad. People basically saying it absolutely sucks. In there, she talks about how she gets upset that they won't tell her who her running mate's going to be. She's asking her dad who her running mate is, and her dad's like,
what do you mean? Who his running mate
Yeah,
is?
so this is before he picked Sarah Palin.
Okay, so not her running mate.
No, not her running mate. She was asking her dad who your running mate is. So let me get to this. So she says, I sold a lot more books. I don't know why people are saying that. So Steve Schmidt has a response where he's basically says like, hey, it's because like you're a shithead and you're a bad kid. You're a bad person, and that's why nobody bought your book, and you've been talking shit about me for forever. And then he just started on this tirade about Meghan McCain, and it's been going on for the past like 72 hours.
I dig it. I mean, it's like
super impressive.
If Lindsey Graham is going to turn his back on John McCain after he died, like to go like lick Donald Trump's like butthole, then I think Steve Schmidt is well in his right to like clap back at Meghan McCain. Again, though, think about if I hooked up with Meghan McCain. What a power!
Oh man, it seems like the Zoom has dropped. What? I tell you what, man. All right, well, I'm gonna have to get this bot because this is doomed. Why does it say the meaning? One second, y'all. BRB. Why is it saying leave? Boom, we're back. Sorry about that, y'all.
Eh,
We'll be
Zoom, just like twisted my arm. Like, yep, motherfucker, you're paying for this shit.
yeah. Well, don't worry. I'll Venmo you, dog. I'll
I don't need
Venmo.
the money. I just didn't know that we needed to give them the money. I
Well,
was
it used
actually
to
kind of
not.
wondering how they made money.
It wasn't doing that before. That's what's
I
weird.
know. That's it's like we were getting too big for our britches.
I guess so. I guess fucking
My
so.
britches, my britches.
So I'm just gonna start where,
They got stitches.
dude, this shit is so savage.
Oh,
So
yeah,
he
computer
posted
glitches.
posted a video of Veruca Salt and tagged her in it. But where is it?
Of what?
Of Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So basically, his beef is with Megan McCain. So I don't know what this is like, dude. This shit's wild.
Oompa loompa doopa day doo.
I'm trying to find where it started.
I'm not gonna sing the rest of that song before they charge me too. You wouldn't fuck Megan McCain?
Nah, man, I'm not. She.
Think about how wild she would be.
So
Alright,
so
let me give you a lineup. Hold on. Intermission. Alright, Megan McCain, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Big Beth with the big eyes from Theranos, or Sarah Palin. A, B, C, or D. Which one?
Wait, run through those again.
Megan McCain,
Okay.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Big Beth with the big eyes from Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes, or Sarah Palin.
That's terrible. I mean, I guess the chick from Theranos. Everyone else.
Trick question, all four. Boom! Get them!
So essentially, she was posting about her book.
The chick from Theranos.
No,
So
not
you
the
pick?
thick from. Yeah, if I had to pick, they're all awful. But I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Dude,
Sarah Palin.
I would negotiate with Marjorie Taylor Greene. I was like, only if you can bring 2 of your machine guns into bed with us.
Dude,
Will
get
I hook
out
up
of
with
here.
you?
Gross.
It's the only way I could get hard.
Well, so she's been saying for a while that he's a P word, that he's into children under the age of 18, which isn't true. And she's been, no, but Megan McCain's been saying this for a while. And she liked some retweet about it. And
Like a QAnon bitch.
that set him the fuck off.
Yeah, of course. Like it's it's literally like the worst thing you could say about somebody. I've like talked about this with people recently. It was like, and by recently I mean like maybe like a year ago. But like, think about like when somebody gets accused of like child pornography. You don't want to hear anything more about that person, right? Like me included. It's like done. Like Jared from Subway, done. Lock him up.
All right,
We're done.
All right, I'm gonna.
So it's like and now like all these Republicans, like even like ones who hook up with like chicks who are underage, like what's his name from Florida, or
Allegedly, Matt Gaetz. Yes.
Matt Gaetz. Yeah, it's like, bro, you have Venmo like transfers of you like sending money to like for like 17-year-old girls, and then you're like accusing other people of hooking up with. Like,
Yeah, it's really weird, man. There's I've been watching this guy who does compilations, and they're all like people like there's the Madison Cawthorn stuff where he had those weird videos getting
Do you
released.
do you want to party with him or what?
No way, dude. He sounds awful. He sounds like such a douche.
Asleep at the wheels.
Dude. Like being unclothed like that's what's weird to me. Is I was talking to someone about that video that came out, and he says it's his cousin or whatever, and they're horsing around like naked in bed together. I'm like, who's this third person taking the video of these other two? Like that's so weird.
No, it's not even one video. It's like all he does is get.
Oh well,
naked,
there's
like,
multiple, but now there's literally a video of him like.
However, I will say this, and I don't know if it makes me weird or not. Because he was like wearing like women's lingerie.
Yeah, I
like,
think that was
at one point, like before it got even weirder. What are your thoughts? Like, because I was also watching like Bull Durham, and like my girl Susan Sarandon, it makes her actual husband in real life, but that's how they met. It was on the set of this movie, where women's lingerie under his baseball uniform when he pitches, and I was like, It's like, does it make you gay? Like, and now that's like outdated to even say, but uh, if she can wear it, why can't I?
Well, I think what's interesting about Madison Cawthorn, he promotes like tons of.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like
it's like the hypocrisy, the fact that
yeah,
like what
the
he's
hypocrisy for sure.
yeah.
But I know, but that's don't deflect. Don't deflect.
Does making
Would
just
you
wearing
would you wear women's panties?
probably not.
Would you feel weird if you did?
I mean, it'd probably be uncomfortable, man. I don't feel like I'd be like feeling that good. It'd be a little tight. I don't feel like I'd be breathing down there. Maybe some granny panties, sure, but I mean, I'm not wearing. I don't know. I don't know. It would be that. I just don't think it'd be comfortable.
Nah, it couldn't be granny panties. It has to be like hypersexual.
No, I'm good.
Otherwise, what's the point?
No. You're ridiculous. All right, so I'm going to read some of these tweets because this is how it started. And then he just like went off. This was on the 7th. And he basically is like, she's been calling me a P word. She liked some tweet that somebody was implying that I'm a P word. She's been saying it for years. And then he went off and he was like, I was the first adult that Meghan McCain had ever encountered where she heard the word no from. I told her she was unimportant and that the presidential election wasn't about her. I left her on a tarmac when she didn't make the plane because I explained to her that 5,000 people who were waiting to see her father speak and took the time to do it deserved to have him show up on time. That was the way John McCain saw it. He was appalled by Meghan McCain's conduct on his campaign.
John McCain, no, Steve Schmidt.
No, Steve Smith's saying this. No, he's saying John McCain. John
McCain.
John McCain was appalled by Meghan McCain's conduct on the campaign, appalled and embarrassed.
Yeah, they weren't getting along. Like I remember that.
Yeah, and he's.
But then it was like kind of like they both had like yo, can you get in line? Can you get in line? Dude, you remember when John McCain was running for president against George W. Bush, and they said that he
Maverick
cheated on his wife, and that's why they had a black child, except for he adopted.
Yeah,
like they said from like Vietnam.
Yeah, they said
like where he was like captured, like so like we're talking about like how Donald Trump just like besmirching like John McCain like when he was like coming up in the presidential. It's like George W. Bush like got him way harder.
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, okay, so hold on. Her tantrums were beyond that of anything I'd ever witnessed from any other human being. They were epic meltdowns that would test the range of Meryl Streep, Kate Winslet, Jodie Foster, and Anne Hathaway. That's a little exaggerating. Raging, screaming, crying at the staff, at the makeup people at Secret Service. Without a doubt, the most rotten, entitled, spoiled, cruel, mean, and bullying behavior I've ever witnessed. It was my job to confront it, and I did. I talked to a 24-year-old Meghan McCain like any adult should have talked to the Trump kids. Yeah, he basically ripped her a nude asshole. And her response was, "Do you know who the fuck my dad is?"
He's like, "Yeah, no shit. I'm the kingmaker, dude. I'm the reason why your dad was even in the position he was in." Megan.
Yeah, he said it was the miserable anthem of the total chaos that was the McCain campaign, and it didn't stop until one day I'd had enough. Meghan McCain is a bully, entitled, unaccomplished, spoiled, and mean. She has rejected her family's history of service for a shallow and purposeless celebrity where she trades on a famous name like a fourth-generation wannabe clipping coupons, pretending to be the heir. Jesus. And this has been going on. This has been going on since the 7th, dude. Like nonstop.
Okay, well, what is it? The 9th?
Well, no, but I mean, so then there's a picture of her where she used her dad's like gravestone as like a photo op for her new book, and like it looks really tacky. Like really, really, really bad.
This guy has principle, and he doesn't give a fuck. And he actually inspires me as like a rap artist. Like he if you ever listen to him, like just if you ask him a question, he'll just go off, and he just drops like phrases and words that like. It's like you know what they mean, but like you hadn't like thought about using those like forever. He's like this mendacious, like like he's Jesse Jackson, except for like he's like serious.
Yeah, dude, this. It's just so
I love him, dude.
No. I mean, dude, the fact that he's being so honest. So then he talks about how there was two different factions in the McCain campaign, and there was a pro-Russia campaign with a guy who was a business associate with Paul Manafort. Then the other guy was this Weaver dude, and he was like pro-democracy and didn't have anything to do with it. So that's why when people were like, oh, whenever he called, who did he call? Maybe it was Ron Paul. He called him a Russian asset and was like, oh, fuck that dude. He's a Russian asset, or called him a traitor or whatever.
Who did?
John McCain. But back in the day, John McCain made some comment about him being like a Russian asset. But he was working, Paul Manafort was working with him. And some business dealings that Paul Manafort and his head financier guy did ended up bankrupting the McCain campaign. And they ended up selecting, according to Steve Schmidt, they selected Sarah Palin as basically a last-ditch effort, like a plea to the base.
She could see Russia from her backyard, so we're good.
And he talks about how she was having a meltdown on the plane, and Steve Schmidt says that Mrs. McCain said that she didn't say that she didn't like Meghan, but she did say she had 2 good sons. And I said everyone knows that.
That's not her mom though.
Well, that's not
that's her stepmom.
A stepmom.
Yeah, true. Like I was telling Joseph before we even started the podcast that I got this book. It's called Double Down, and it's like by John Howman and this other guy who shall not be named because he got Me Too'd, even though it was like dorky what he did. But whatever. I'm not here to judge. But John Heilman, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. He's a big Wu-Tang Clan representative. But he rolled around with Steve Schmidt this entire time. So like that whole blow up on the plane, like that's in the book.
Yeah. No, he quotes it. So here it is. This is where he talks about this is where he goes off. So this is where he's basically accusing John McCain of like knowingly working with Russians, having shady dealings with Russians, and that basically this Russian tampering in the Republican Party started with John McCain, started in the John McCain campaign. So this is what he tweeted. This was on the 7th. He said, I had no interest whatsoever in running a presidential campaign in 2008. One of my closest friends was running John McCain's campaign, and John Weaver was the chief strategist. There were two factions in the campaign. There was a pro-democracy faction and there was a pro-Russia faction. The pro-democracy faction was led by Weaver, and the pro-Russian faction was led by Washington lobbyists who were in business with Paul Manafort. And like Manafort, he had a Trump Tower residence, and he was in charge of campaign finances and bankrupted the campaign through a series of unethical transactions and markups with Manafort and a company called 3EDC. The company was destroyed over a massive fight. John McCain's greatest blind spot, willingness to other his willfulness to like basically disregard it. Meghan McCain, this is a story of the man you call Uncle Rick. So basically he's saying that she knows who this Russian asset guy is that they were dealing with, and it explains how we met. I'll attach the story from The Nation that I only read recently, though it's from 2008. It's spot on. So The Nation made some article about these Russian ties in the McCain campaign, and Schmidt's like confirming that it's true.
That's insane.
Yeah,
she's real shots fired. I thought you thought you were saying he just clowned her.
No,
also,
he starts like quick, he's dropping bombs.
The boy Weaver,
that
was on the pro-democracy. That's like Bernie Sanders' right-hand man now.
Yeah, so I mean, there's he's blowing the lid off a bunch of the shit. He said your father tolerated his campaign chairman being in business and working for Putin through his associate that. Yanukovych guy, the guy that was like the so he was
the puppet.
Yeah,
puppet. You're the puppet. He was the puppet in Ukraine, and then they had the color revolution and ousted his ass, and he flew his bitch ass to Russia.
Yeah.
and then this now 2022 invasion of Russia, they were saying like, oh, we're going to take Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, in 3 days, and they're going to reinstall that motherfucker.
Yeah,
like,
so he's basically...
And it's like, so he's just like sitting there waiting like, oh, Putin, tell me where to go.
Yeah, so campaign chair being in business with him, with the Putin through his associate, and it says the same as Trump. Yanukovych, as you probably have an idea, was Putin's puppet in Ukraine. The story of American corruption starts here. It starts in John McCain's operation, not Trump's. Meghan McCain, did you know that your dad was taken to the taken on Oleg Derpaskis yacht in Montenegro for his 70th birthday by a top aide?
Seized.
Yeah, it was a McCain guy who represented the interests of the Russian government in the Montenegro independence referendum. Weaver was aghast. This is why the campaign went kaboom in July of 2008, and your father went from front runner to middle seat on a
Okay,
South.
to be fair, he was getting his ass whooped anyways. He was running
But
against
dude,
one
that's
of the best
huge, dude.
politicians. But he's running against one of the best politicians of all time, Barack Obama. Like he was running into like a Category 5 tongue twister. Like, there's no way McCain was winning that election. Period. He can come up with excuses if he wants. You know, like, I like Schmidt, but like, because he's hanging out with Russians is why he lost.
Well,
Because
but I mean, it's the fact that
blew
he's
it up?
on. It's the fact that he's
Nah.
on. It's the fact that he's on a secret government, like a secret off the books conversation on a yacht that's recently been seized in Montenegro, talking with a bunch of shady Russian
He got
businessmen
bent
and
over and
oligarchs.
spanked.
That's crazy.
I mean, not surprising. I mean, dude was in like communist Vietnam like for years. Like he didn't get flipped. You know, I've seen Showtime with Claire Danes.
No, so this is so that he's saying that that's what went him from front runner to middle seat on a Southwest flight with a National Press Corps gathered in New Hampshire waiting for him to drop out. That's when John McCain called me and asked me for help. So all of this stuff happened before Schmidt stepped into the campaign. That's where they were before. That's basically what John McCain. That's what was going on, and then he showed the fuck up and tried to help him.
So I can get worried about my boy Steve.
And I helped him and his corresponding comeback make him the GOP nominee for president of the United States. In return, 14 years of abuse from Meghan McCain, the singularly most rotten person I've ever met. The McCain Institute, supposed to fight for freedom and liberty, but has Putin and that Yankovic alumni on the board. So there's like puppets on the McCain board that are Russian assets, is essentially what he's saying. It's gross, and we live in an era that requires the exposure of corruption and hypocrisy, not to its accommodation. Do you have any idea how disappointed the brave people in Ukraine would be if they, in learning that one of Viktor Yankovic's, or how do you pronounce his last name? Yankovic.
Yeah, Yankovic.
Yankovic, right hands on the board of the McCain Institute. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
That is crazy. I'm disgusted. I didn't know it was going this way.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's just blasting her and basically being like she's aware on Twitter, like she's aware of it. And these tweets are getting, 16, 20, 38,000 likes. Like, people have been paying attention. He's just been scathing her. Even people that don't like him.
She's not like she has any political power anymore.
No, but I think it's more for him. Like, he talks about how he's.
I'm starting to get worried. Like, why is he doing? Like, he used to be the most like on point, but keep it under the radar type of dude. Like that.
But I think what he's frustrated about is he was letting her do her thing. He's saying that he's been sitting on his hands and biting his tongue. Yeah, but she's been like harassed, calling him a P word, talking shit about his family. He's got kids. He's like, look, bro, I've been sitting. He's basically been like, I'm sitting on all these secrets, and you continually harass me and berate me. And so
if I ever got into like a fight and I needed somebody on my side, it's Steve fucking Schmidt, because he doesn't back down to anybody. He's like, listen, motherfucker, but he is professional, so maybe he has been holding on to this.
Well, yeah, if he's been sitting on information that John McCain
13 years.
For 14 years, yeah. He says she has narcissistic personality diagnosis, but he's basically saying that he's been before he showed up on the campaign, he was aware that she was that John McCain was doing all this shady shit, and she knows that he knows that, and she's been continually harassing him the entire time and calling him all these horrible things and slandering him, and he's just got tired of it. So he just blew up, because she basically liked and retweeted this tweet that somebody posted that was attached to that Steve Schmidt, it was implicating that he might be a creepazoid, and then that's what made him blow up. He was like, absolutely not. Nope. And that's when he just started. He was like, no, I'm sitting on
zero fucks.
He gives zero fucks at this point. He's over it.
He gave zero fucks to his entire life. I've been following this dude for 14 years. And I'm like, God damn, like I wish he was like a Democrat, and he kind of is now. Like he's not a Republican anymore, but I mean, I don't know, dude. That's crazy. Fuck Meghan McCain. Fuck the View.
Oh
Like,
yeah, well, I mean,
how about this? How about this View? Maybe like some gender diversity. Maybe get the old man Huggy and Mr. Goody Two Shoes on the View, and now you have two men, one white, one black. I'll replace McCain. I'm the real Irishman.
I think she already got kicked off.
Get her out of here. Like, I just feel like they always get kicked off and until they don't, and they bring them back. Like Whoopi's like always like getting banned until she's not. You know, I don't know, dude.
Dude, that's a big bombshell. Him saying that John McCain was knowingly working with Russian assets.
Are you surprised?
A little bit. I mean, that was, I feel like John McCain, he wasn't my favorite, but I feel like he had a little bit more integrity than most. But
his butt buddy is Lindsey Graham, and Lindsey Graham's butt buddy now is Donald Trump. Like, I mean, it's like not really like, it's not like 6 degrees of separation here. It's like 1 degree.
No, I don't know, man. I mean, I thought a little bit higher at John McCain because I remember whenever there was that.
He's a Republican, bro.
I know that, but there was a town hall where some grandma was like, Barack Obama, and he was like, no, don't say that.
He's
like,
a Muslim.
Yeah, and he's like, nah, bro. Like, and like that's and like that. I like
such a low bar. Such a low bar.
Yeah, but we haven't seen anybody else do that shit since. So
that's how shitty that party is.
Yeah, so that's where I guess maybe that's obviously in hindsight you can't trust any of them, but that's why I at least thought that they were better because I've seen him do stuff like that, and since the bar is so low now, maybe that's why I thought he was so far above it. If that's
why I look at Mitt Romney. I'm like, oh, dude, you're the best. Run for fucking president. Like, because like he just like sees like this shameful shit happening and he just like calls it out. Like, and then he's like, it's like a fucking disgrace. Like the guy who's running for senator. He is, but like this guy's running for senator in Georgia, Purdue. Mm-hmm. He's like, let me be clear, this election was fraudulent and stolen. And Mitt Romney's like, this is a disgrace, like, and it's an embarrassment that you would think that the American people would, believe you, and like, so it's like, thank you, but it's like. The bar's very low.
Did you see that Ron Watkins guy who was like the Q guy, or maybe is Q, or they talk about? Yeah. He's running in Arizona, and I watched his debate. That shit was so funny.
Did you see it when he got?
I think I have the top comment on it too because I was like, this guy's fucking ridiculous, and it's got like,
dude, I would stay away. That's a stay away, dude. This is QAnon you're talking about. Like literally, it's Q. But he gets called out by the other guy, and he goes. You're right. I was mistaken.
Yeah, and then, but dude, in the comments, people were like, "Man, you don't see a lot of people admit when they're wrong. Go Ron Watkins." I'm like, bro, this dude is a fucking train wreck, dude.
He is. I can't believe, like, if it's true, because he's such a train wreck. I don't believe that he's actually Q. I don't understand why they haven't arrested whoever's in charge of Q. Like. Fucking problems, like
true.
It's like like I don't like the government doesn't know who this person is. Like that seems unlikely, but again, I guess if it's this fucking idiot like Ron Watkins, it's like,
dude, that was like the cringiest, the cringiest.
Like, I mean, I really hope that like my mom and like her like sisters aren't getting like,
dude, Ron Watkins, but. So I mean, Steve Schmidt essentially saying that John McCain, that's a big deal, man. And then he basically talks about how that he made a deal with the devil in selecting Sarah Palin because he was so far out of it and he knew he wasn't going to win.
We already knew that.
It was like a long shot, but then he also talks about how he feels bad in the selection because that helped birth like Trumpism, and that anybody can run
100%,
wild crazy shit, and that was like that deal with the devil, and now it's like taken over the Tea Party movement because like what we're seeing now with this MAGA.
Like Sarah Palin was like proof of concept.
Yeah,
like that you don't have to be like a smart or like person or an intelligent person. You just gotta like get the clicks, get the viewers, and you could
just a hockey mom from Alaska, and I'm just like passing out Klondike bars at the local pond when it freezes over.
when Biden was running to be the vice president, wasn't even the vice president yet, just still senator. He's like, you could put a lipstick on a pig, and everyone's like, oh, are you calling her a pig? Are you calling her a pig?
But that was a peak time because there was like a bunch of Sarah Palin porn that came out. I remember there was just
still is, bro.
Oh, well, I mean, there still is, but that was like a peak.
Still jerking off to it.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah, and
Susan Sarandon is Sarah Palin. You're like, oh my god, I can't. I've been waiting.
And then I got
for this
Barack
life
Obama's
to...
inaugural speech in the background.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we can. And I'm like, yes, we can.
Disgusting, but probable. I could easily see you doing that.
I haven't done that, but I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, I mean, dude, to me that's wild that he's admitting that, and that she knows that she's known this, and that she's full of shit.
But remember, she was 24. Her brain wasn't even fully formed whenever they were running in '08. And yeah, and like you said, she's a narcissist, which, you know, it's like she's like a child star syndrome. Like, now that she's a star, I guess she is. I mean, she's on the fucking View. Like, she's got books, but just more like just that whole syndrome. It's like she just grew up famous, kind of like, or like within, you know, shaking hands with like Russians and, you know, every other, like probably Nelson Mandela. She probably met when she was like 12.
Well, and he's been tweeting stuff like every political reporter in Washington D.C. knows who 2022 Manafort is. They all know who 2022 Abramoff is. The only people who don't know who they are is the public. It's all in the open, wide open.
It's like the version of Manafort.
Yeah, he's just like tweeting out all this crazy cryptic shit, man.
Yeah, I know. See, but I also know that he took time off after the election from the Lincoln Project. And kind of like went away for a couple of months. So I wonder if he's like dealing with some shit. Like, not that what he's saying is wrong or incorrect. More like just like that he would say it in general. Like, I don't know. He might have lost it. He might have just seen like the reps and the depths of that other place. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, I mean, he's with Lincoln Project.
Right, and I heard so everybody loved the Lincoln Project because it's a bunch of former Republicans who are running against Donald, or just putting out ads against Trump.
Yeah, just burning.
Yeah, but then I started hearing people talk shit about it after the election. I'm like, what? I thought everybody loved this, and it was specifically because Steve Schmidt might have gone off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, so Steve Schmidt's been like saying all sorts of crazy shit.
Right, but he took time off, and then now he's back, and he's still saying crazy shit.
Well, he cited an article from 2008 where they talk about this stuff, and he's basically like, yeah, the way it's written out is essentially true.
So you know who's so it's him, like the co-campaign chairman or managers. It was him and Nicole Wallace. What is Nicole Wallace doing now? She has a 2-hour daily show Monday through Friday on MSNBC from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock my time.
Who did they just pull off MSNBC?
No, what?
No, they just pulled somebody off of it.
Not her.
No, not her. No,
she had a 1-hour show and they extended it to 2 hours.
Yeah, I think she replaced his hour.
She was in the plane. Oh, well, they pulled Chris Matthews off. That was a while ago.
No, there was someone else. He just got burned by Trevor Noah at the
on MSNBC.
Yeah, they just released somebody. I can't remember who it was. Chuck Todd. Is Chuck Todd on them?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think he got moved to their streaming platform.
The host of Meet the Press.
Yeah, I think he got pulled from his time slot and then he got moved to their streaming service. Meet
the Press, the longest longest television show in the history of the world.
Yeah,
it's been on since like the 40s.
Yeah, he just got. Well, he's been removed. He's going and doing his own thing on their streaming platform, and he no longer
Peacock
has his. No, I think he's on like MSN Plus.
No,
Plus,
that's
Plus.
what it's called. It's called Peacock.
Oh, is it on? Oh, is that Peacock? Oh, okay, I wasn't sure. I'm not a big Peacocker.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a peacock. You know what I'm saying? What was that guy who was on VH1? It was like the like dating artist or something, whatever they called it. The pickup artist.
Pickup artist.
Yeah, he always talked about peacocking.
Yeah, or you what they talk about that on Parks and Rec.
But just look at the logo for NBC. It's a peacock.
Well, it's a peacock, so I mean, I get
Yes.
it, but yeah, I mean, I understand.
Well, I had to explain that to somebody recently, and they're like, I didn't even think about that. They called it peacock instead of like CNN Plu.
It's always plus extra.
Well, it took me a while. HBO Max. I didn't think about that it was HBO and Cinemax. I just thought
when it used to be HBO
Max
now or HBO Plus, wasn't it?
It was HBO Go.
HBO
then,
Go, HBO Go,
yeah,
and HBO
and then
Now.
HBO Now. Yeah,
That's right. What was the difference?
HBO Go, I could steal from my parents.
HBO Now, you couldn't.
HBO Now, like you could actually watch like what was going on in HBO Live. It didn't really make sense. No other streaming platform had ever done that, and that's why it failed.
Yeah,
So
it was weird.
Now it's HBO Max, and I can do both.
And they have like a huge tons of shit that you can
Steal
watch.
from my parents, like watch it live, whatever the fuck.
Okay, last one I'm gonna read. He tweeted he's tweeting at people, and people are tweeting him like, Steve Schmidt, your forthright honesty is admirable. Amazing grit and courage. Thank you for all you've done in keeping our democracy on track. I'm sure half of these are bots. But he tweeted at Sarah Palin. He goes, at Sarah Palin, you and I have unfinished business. I'll do everything I can to make sure you never hold a position of responsibility in the United States Congress. You're unstable, narcissistic, ignorant, grifting quitter. Magnificent, majestic Alaska deserves better. He's just tweeting this shit out, man. That was at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the evening.
Dude, he was so bummed out. He's so bummed out. Like, whenever they got Sarah Palin, because like it was like him and Nicole Wallace were in charge of like trying to get her like up to speed, and they were like both are like, what the fuck is this? And then we're going through like the Great Recession, like in real time, and they're just like fuck, and they both now are. Neither of them are Republicans.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This shit's getting wild, and all. I mean, this is it. I was trying to explain to someone.
I'm surprised that you care this much about Meghan McCain.
Well, I mean, I think Meghan McCain's obnoxious. So there's times where I like to pull.
But not fuckable.
No, but there's times where I'll be doing like paperwork and shit, and I'll gladly put on like Meghan McCain getting owned on The View for like 30 minutes. It's a compilation of her saying stupid shit because it's really funny.
Behar.
Yeah, and listening to Joy Behar, like them just fight, it's kind of funny from time to time. But I mean, I just was on Twitter and I saw her and her book. I clicked on it because I'm like, oh, she's trending. What stupid shit did she say?
Thanks, Elon.
And then it was Steve Schmidt saying all this crazy shit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it was popping up like one of 16. I was like, what? A 16 tweet thread from Steve Schmidt?
I just saw that, yeah.
And there's like multiple of them. I was like, dude, he is losing his mind. And he's talking about how he's like, I don't want to write a fucking book. I don't want any money. The truth needs to be out. And so he's just been like whistleblowing and like kind of losing his mind. Talks about Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson.
Hey, Laura Ingraham, why the long face?
Dude, I can't stand Laura Ingraham.
Nay.
I can't.
Okay, I think we should round it out, bro. I think this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, I mean, minus our little mishap with our audio and stuff, it's been quite the adventure. But we'll get it all squared away. I think we got it figured out. And then, yeah, man.
Fuck Meghan McCain. Fuck Sarah Palin. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool.
All right, what, you got anything else, man? Do you got anything
I
else?
was going to hit us with some North Korea shit. But,
yeah, let's do it, man. We still got some time.
I don't even care.
No, let's do it. North Korea. North Korea sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wait, no. Do you want to talk about this crypto shit real quick? Because shit's bombing, dude. Shit's been bombing all day.
I know. Luckily, I mean, I've told the audience that I got out, like, temporarily, maybe, like, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, I heard, like, Bitcoin, what is it right now? Like, 29?
Yeah, I think it's definitely fallen below 30. The NFT market's like crashing like crazy. Everything's, but also like the stock market's bombing. But I
know. And we're going into a recession. I'll just call it right now. So I kind of want to tell my mom to get the fuck out of the market for a second, but I already liquidated.
Right.
I'm shorting the S&P. That shit shot up so much.
Oh, really? You are?
Remember I told
you did. Yeah.
SQQQ.
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
you're like, I might get into that. You should have, because this I told you it peaked at $20,000 a share. Like that's a to-go bag if there ever was one.
Good lord.
My Coinbase won't even open. It's just like nope,
Yeah,
not
my
even
Coinbase.
not even gonna let you look at it.
Yeah,
like I know you recording right now.
Coinbase is down bad, man. Everything's down bad.
No. I'm just trying to open Coinbase to see what the.
Well, I'm
price
saying
is
like
of this.
Ethereum's getting close to
Damn,
2,000.
damn.
Doge is almost down under 10 cents.
Oh, don't even bring Doge. to
Well, I'm
this
just saying that's
conversation.
down under 10 cents. That's really low.
I don't know. Yeah, Ethereum's only at. Oh, it's down 2,500 today.
Yeah,
But
so
it's
it's
still at 31.
no, it's a.
I
Oh,
when I,
would you say Ethereum or?
no Bitcoin.
Okay, I was say Ethereum's at 2003.
The prices. Well, 31 I bought in a little bit, but when it got to 29 is when me and the Wolfman, the super producer, really flexed our nuts and bought in, and then the shit skyrocketed to 64. We just both
Yeah, I mean for the year Ethereum's down 40%.
right. But I mean, whatever that means. Like, but Ethereum, I also, it's been up over 4, and so if it gets below 2, I'm telling y'all, buy.
Buy the dip. Is that what
Not
you're
a
saying?
financial advisor. Not a financial. No, these are no. I don't.
That's what everyone says. Buy the dip, bro.
I know, but I don't fuck around like that.
And AMC's down, so people are trying to buy up a bunch of AMC. I think AMC's still in the green, so it's like it's not that bad. So there's like this big active thing right now where people are trying to like keep AMC at a certain level, and people are buying up a bunch more AMC because
AMC is pretty bad, bro. It's under 13.
No, I know, no, but I'm saying a lot of people bought it when it was still super, super low, like whenever before it's
This is super, super low.
No, I know, but it's peaked at what was its peak?
Oh, I know. You don't have to ask me. It was like 70 something, dude. Like
78.
I made thousands of dollars on AMC. Like I don't even want to talk about it. It was disgusting. It was like a slush fund of like just like, here you go, bro. Here's more money. I would just like cash out like 100 shares here and there. Like, I was still just like cashing so much money. It was disgusting. However, I got the fuck out just like I did with Doge. And look at both of them now.
Yeah, everything's down. I have like a little bit of Ethereum. I have a little bit of stuff out there, and I'm down like 50%.
I bought in the short on the S&P, for $14 a share. It's at $56 a share now.
Damn. Yeah, I mean everything's dropping, man. I might have to move my money over and buy some of that.
I know, but what's tough is like you can't really move your money. Well, I'd say maybe the bond market, but like you can't really move your money to cash because it's like having a fucking melting ice cream cone with like inflation. It's like you're not really making money that way either.
Yeah.
But they are raising interest rates, so which they're still really really low. However, if you want to like I don't know. I'm again not a financial advisor, but buy assets, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm
even though the housing market's fucked.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking high and like frothy. It's like it's like I don't know. It's just really tough, dude. We're going into a recession.
That's what some people
just
say.
Buckle
like,
the fuck up.
Like buy something now and then just refinance it in a little bit, and then get your interest rates and everything back down or whatever.
Yeah.
But just buy it now so you have it, so that it's at least maintaining some sort of value.
Yeah, we're going to a recession, but it's not like a housing crisis. Like the housing crisis is that nobody can afford a fucking house. However, it's not like that it's gonna just crash. Like it's totally different circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because
so it's really really fucking expensive to buy a house right now. However, if you can afford it, do it.
Yeah, people are paying way over asking price for pretty much everything. So that's why there's a housing crisis, is because a lot of these investment in firms or people starting real estate investment firms. They're purchasing up properties. You can look up, like, I saw a map where it was like Airbnbs in like New Orleans, and it was like it looked like every single house was like an Airbnb at some point. So there's like people are buying up houses and overpaying for them.
Airbnb stock way the fuck up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Their CEO is really legit. Like, he's like not one of these assholes like you.
That shirt's awesome.
I'm not talking about the shirt.
No, I know.
Keep
It's just
the shirt.
yeah, the shirt's great. The shirt's like a novelty item. People used to be like, "Where'd you get that?" Now they're like, "Whoa, you have one
You're
of
like,
those?"
Jared Leto gave it to me.
Oh, dude.
When he was just meta acting, like, and he was like, "Yo, here's a shirt, bro."
Yeah, man, I just need to wear this. I need you to be in it around me so I can get in the mood. Fucking.
No, where's the fentanyl?
What's his? Jesus. Come do some fentanyl. Come to my yoga tent.
Yeah, I saw Requiem for a Dream. I know what you get down with.
Dude, Requiem for a Dream. I was talking to somebody how I thought Basketball Diaries was crazier than Requiem for a Dream. Requiem for a Dream's fucked up, but Basketball Diaries fucked me up.
Is that because you want to hang out with Leo?
Well, no, but I mean the whole, like, there's a lot of hardcore shit in that, and it's like Leo, Marky Mark. It just seemed different, maybe because they were like kids. Requiem for a Dream was fucked up.
You're just not trying to burn any bridges.
What do you mean burn any bridges?
You're just like, yeah, Basketball Diaries was crazier because you and I are gonna be like hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then you're gonna have
Marky
to be
Mark.
like, and you're gonna have to tell, like, yeah, the Wahlbergs bitch ass, like, hey, you know, Abercrombie was better than Calvin Klein. Fuck your panties.
Feel the vibration, bitch.
And Andy's actually doesn't even wear men's underwear.
It's true, he doesn't. He wears cheeksters. He gets them in the bins at Victoria's Secret.
Hell yes.
Nice. Well, you got anything?
Victoria's got a secret. Victoria's got a secret.
Terrible.
She told me that she needed. I hit it and repeated.
Ridiculous. Well, hey, if you guys aren't following Steve Schmidt on Twitter, check him out. Follow his shit. He's losing his mind. It's really, really funny. And I mean, if you don't like Meghan McCain, you should definitely go check it out because he just like drags her, quotes her book, posts all this stuff. And if you read some of these pages from her book, she just sounds like a complete and total brat, which we already know she is. But to see him like verbalize it and then use her quotes and be like, explain what happened based off of how she wrote about it in the book, it's very, very interesting. Super fucking weird. The reviews for this book where she says, I have 1,000 reviews, they're pretty cringe. They're not that great. So I would just highly suggest checking it. I might read the book, honestly.
Let's see. Maybe they're working together. Also, shout out España, Spain. We just got on board listening to the podcast.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Let's go paella for everyone.
Yeah, so dude, I'm about to go take a pill in Ibiza.
It's ridiculous. Well, you got anything else, man?
No, that's it, dude. I appreciate your time, Mr. Joseph, old man Huggy, and close this the fuck out.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all's time, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, live your best lives. We appreciate y'all. Take care of your mental health. We will get done with all of these technical difficulty issues, and y'all just have a good, safe week, and go fuck yourselves.